Well, it's August 6th, and I thought I'd do a video of the status of everything. This massive project I've been working on for 2 months. Almost ready to bring the excavator back and cover it in. I'll walk around and get everything. In addition to all these butterflies. Isn't that something? For some reason, all these butterflies have been attracted to this ditch ever since we cut it out. Tons and tons of them. Mama's flowers. The trellis. In addition to all this, had to do with the electric and water lines and all that. There's some grasses she put out there. Those will get huge. Those get like 18 feet tall once they're established. In addition to all that, I had to replace, I don't know, a lot of boards on the deck of the front porch. And she's going to paint it as soon as she gets a chance, if it'll stop raining long enough. Had to replace all kinds of these boards. They were kind of rotten out. She sanded it all down. She got it ready to paint. Just can't get a break from the rain to do that. So yeah, we got projects everywhere we look. Go around here, show you the disaster. Current disaster. And here it is, where it's tapped under the sink. Well, you can see there. Uh-oh. But, everything's working, no leaks. Hallelujah. Had a storm roll through there tonight, knocked a tree down. Gotta deal with that. But here's where the water line comes in. There was no way to get it under the ground, under the house. I had to come up over the foundation there. But I've got the conduit running right up to that, and there's 3 layers of pipe insulation on it. There's 2 drains. There's a drain here, the gutter drain goes across there. And then this is the drain for gray water and kitchen sink and stuff. Mama's garden, which has just produced tons of zucchini and tomatoes and cucumbers this year. Doesn't look so good because the storm the other night didn't do it any favors. But oh my goodness, the zucchinis we've got out of this has just been. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, storm kind of did a number on it, but here's electric going down into the cellar. That was a trick. I had to run that electric between the basement or the cellar and the office, and I had to drill holes through railroad ties that this building sits on. It was very difficult. Little vines, they look okay. They don't look as good as they did before the storm the other night. You have to bear with me. This office, everything's a mess around here. But I just put this air conditioner in the other night. Had another one. We'll move it to the building. There's our plug. Main plug over here on this wall. Another plug here. You notice they're sticking out from the wall. That's because these walls are just literally wood. They're like 2.5 inches thick. That's all they are. So, all the kids hanging out. This is my automatic cat watering system. You can fill this reservoir up with I mean, 5, 6, 7 gallons of water, and it automatically feeds into this reservoir with a float valve, and the atmospheric pressure levels it out over here on this fountain, so it's always full, and the fountain keeps it clean. Yeah. Now we'll walk out here. We're so ready to get this ditch covered in, but this is a building I built for the gas tank, for the heater. Back here was just crazy, filled with rocks. There's all our conduit running around. There's a ground wire for the antenna. It'll be up there eventually. There's all the conduit running around. And our water hydrant at the barn. We have water. And about 8 tons of gravel that I about killed myself spreading out. I'm still not completed. Still gotta add some more here. Put a board up over there to separate the mud and the dirt and everything. This I don't know if this ditch line goes all the way up to the building up there. We got water, electric, and Cat 5 cable for the alarm and surveillance going all the way. And here's our everything coming into the barn. This barn is such a mess, but you see my workstation, I haven't had a chance to clean it up. But here's the electric in here. I still don't have it labeled, but it feeds down to an exterior plug outside there. I'm gonna plug here, and this is for a generator. The power, like the power goes out, we can plug this into a generator. There's our exterior plug there. And of course, this barn's a work in progress too, but I haven't really had a chance to work on it. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but this is this whole side is storage. These are steps I built. It's completely full up there. We've got an entire loft over there. The cat house I started building. I had to walk away from because I'll come back to it later. Too many projects going on. Put my boots on, we'll go look at the cellar. Here's all my conduit, tons of conduit for all this stuff. I actually ran this gas line in conduit, and that was so difficult. Oh my goodness. But I got it all down there and through that wall. That wall was, that sandstone wall was 13 inches thick. And that's an air vent for my other air conditioner. 13 inches thick. And it was so difficult to get through. All these cannings. Oh, I didn't even show you the rock. This is going to be our walkway. It's going to go between the back door and the driveway. And all through there we're going to have gravel going up in between the driveway and the offices and stuff. Here's the fence line. I had to rip all the old fencing off. It's falling apart. Got to haul it off yet. There's the 10-ton pile of gravel that's down to nothing. And this trailer is filled with all the new boards for the fence. I just haven't had a chance to get to. I got to straighten all these posts and concrete them in. Try to keep them a little straighter. butterflies. Isn't that something? Usually there's a lot more small ones. But here's a drain line. All these drain lines when we dug this, got busted and I had to fix them all. Here's where the electric and Cat 5 come up. I forgot over here. This one here comes around and goes up. It's got our RG6 and Cat 5 for high-speed internet and the digital antenna. That's where the electric ties into the box. And I go over here. And those elephant ears. The cellar also is, you know, a mess. Big old spider web. We have electricity. Ta-da! And here's where everything comes in the wall and feeds over this electric panel. Now this is my Cat 5 that I'll later run up into the office for the alarm system and video surveillance. But here's our electric ones up here. Into this junction box. It feeds outside and down to the GFCI plug and over and around this way and outside. We're going to do something with this cellar. We're trying to figure out how to get it to where it's usable, because right now there's so much moisture. It gets so wet it's just not really usable. So we're trying to figure out, we're looking at some options on how to seal it up. This is my gas line. I gotta get more and tap into it to run it upstairs. That's what that looks like when that cap's on. I just had it off when we turned on the water yesterday. I'm not far from being able to finish it up here. Right now we're trying to coordinate getting the guy with an excavator out here to cover it all up. And I got to get with JR and get a couple loads of gravel, different kinds, number 57, and then DGA. We use DGA gravel underneath here for this walkway. And we're going to use DGA on the entire driveway. This is going to be a big project too, making all that into a walkway. Here's our trench up here. Our water line going in, Cat 5, and drainage line for the sink. We'll get that rock out of there. That's a pretty one for the walkway. Once we cover this up, I'll cut that off however long it needs to be. And here's another box for a gas tank up here that will feed the heater in this office or this building. And there's our electric going in, ground wire coming out their ground rod. Big project. I do believe this is the most massive project I've ever gotten myself into. but it'll be some awesome improvements. So that's where we're at. I won't go in the building right now because I got my muddy boots on. But our water spigot works. We have water out here, and inside I'm gonna put a sink. Look at that. Alright. That's so cool. There's Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty. Yeah. So, fun times. Lots of work every spare minute of every day.